YouTube, Down to Bricks here, and welcome to another discussion video. Today we're having a face-off to see which is better, the sets from Force Awakens or the sets from Rogue One. My initial thoughts for this video was to actually do another overview video of the Rogue One sets now that I've added the new battle packs of Y-Wing and Battle on Scarif, but I actually thought this would be a lot more fun to have a discussion to what we like better between the two movies. As this is a discussion video, obviously I can't talk directly with you guys, so look, I'm just going to give my thoughts on these Lego sets, but I want you to let me know what you're thinking, what your preferences are, what you really like or what you didn't like. Put it all in the comments, let everybody else know about it, and let's all get involved and have a chat. Not everybody is going to agree what they like and what they don't like, so let's just have some fun with it. First of all, we're going to go in and have a really quick look at each of these sets so we know what we're talking about, and then I think to make it a little bit easier we might sort of break it down into little sections of similar type sets and talk about what's really good or what mightn't be so good about them. Because we're only going to have a quick look now, if you want to see any of these sets in more detail, I have reviewed all of these sets, all bar the Encounter on Jakku and the Resistance X-Wing. I haven't reviewed those yet, but that will be coming soon. All these other sets have been reviewed. I've done overview videos on both waves of sets as well. I'll put some cards up there so you can track those down if you're interested in checking them out. As this is a discussion video, I'd really like to know whether you guys like these sorts of videos. So the best way to do that is to give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button. But let's go in now and have a closer look at the sets. So let's start with the sets from Force Awakens. We've got Poe's X-Wing, the Millennium Falcon. We've got Kylo's shuttle, the Resistance transporter, Snowspeeder, Resistance X-Wing, First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter, Rey's Speeder. Very cool little build, that one. We've got the Imperial Troop Transport. That is just fantastic. We've got the battle packs here. The Resistance, the Imperial. Here's a few a few minifigures from Polybags. Definitely my favourite was Finn. What else do we have? We've got Encounter on Jakku and Battle on Takodana. And over to Rogue One. Let's come back over this way and we will start with the hover tank. Over to the Y-Wing. The TIE Striker. Battle on Scarif, and let's go around the table. The U-Wing, the AT-ST, and Krennic's shuttle. Alright, let's break it down and get this discussion started. So now it's Battle of the Battle Pack. So we have the Rebels from Rogue One, the Resistance from Force Awakens. Here's our Imperial Battle Pack for Force Awakens and Rogue One, the Imperial Battle Pack here. So out of the battle packs, I'm definitely going to have to go Rogue One. Just have a look at these awesome troopers, and it's just simply because of numbers, getting 2 and 2 versus Force Awakens where you got 4 different minifigs. Definitely have to go with this battle pack. And the same with these Resistance and Rebels is just the variation that you get here with the Rogue One. So much variation with those minifigs, and to me, definitely have to give the battle packs to Rogue One. And now sets based on scenes. Now I really do love when Lego do this, when they give us a set based on a scene, but it quite often is hit and miss whether they actually pull it off or not. Now straight away I'm going to have to say my least favourite here is Encounter on Jakku. The attack on Takodana, I actually think that looks really good. There's some cool play features there, awesome minifigs, and again I just think it looks pretty smart. So that's our 2 scenes from Force Awakens, and the only scene set that we have from Rogue One is the Battle on Scarif. A set I really love. The only downside I think you can probably come to that set is the stickers on it, but it really does need those stickers just to help highlight it. I know some people have said it is quite small, and it really comes down to the price point, and I think to keep it at the price point that Lego have it at, which is, you know, quite expensive, is you know, I think that's about as much as we can expect, you know, relative to all the other sets. But coming to my favourite, I'm definitely going to have to go Battle on Scarif. I just think it's an awesome set. I really love it. So I'm going with Rogue One for the scene sets. And now to the ground vehicles, and this one is very, very tough. We got 2 versus 2 with Rogue One. We have the Hover Tank, we have the AT-ST. On the side of Force Awakens, we have the Snowspeeder and the Imperial Troop Transporter. Let's start with the Hover Tank. When I built the Hover Tank, I wasn't overly impressed. I've got to say though, it has really grown on me, that set, and I do really like it. On the flip side, the Snowspeeder, when I first built that, I did really like it, but some of the gloss has worn off on me for that set, and so look, I'm going to definitely go with the Hover Tank out of those 2, and then it's going to come down to an almighty battle between the AT-ST and the Transporter. Now, straight off the bat, I feel like I really just need to go the AT-ST because it's such an iconic and awesome set. But this Transporter, man, I really love that set. Just the uniqueness of it. I just think it's a fantastic build. I really do love that craft. And you know what, bugger it, I'm going to give the ground vehicles, just because of how unique and awesome that one set is, I'm going to give it to Force Awakens. And on to the motherships, I guess, or the shuttles. Look, I'm going to leave the Millennium Falcon out of this, and it's going to be for Rogue One Krennic's Imperial Shuttle versus Force Awakens Kylo Ren Shuttle, and I'll throw in there the Resistance Transporter. Straight away out of those 2, I'll definitely go Kylo Ren Shuttle. Really enjoyed that build, putting it together. Yes, it does have issues with the wings not folding. It's a very solid, chunky build. It's got some weight to it. Great play features. Love how it actually opens up with the top panels, how they lift up. So, great set. But I'm going to have to give this one to Rogue One and Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. Just have a look at that beast. You can display it in so many good ways, whether it's landing, you can put it up on a stand and have it in full flight, or just coming in to land like that, which I think just looks sweet. So I'm giving it to Rogue One. And now I've got to pan back out because it's time to go our Imperial Starfighters. So we have the TIE Striker from Rogue One versus the TIE Fighter from Force Awakens. Both awesome crafts. I love the look of the TIE Striker. Something completely new, and it's an awesome addition. But I'm going to have to go Force Awakens with the awesome Special Forces TIE Fighter. I just think that one looks awesome. The colour scheme, the solid build. It really is a well-built TIE Fighter. And while we're on fighters, let's finish off with the Starfighters. So we have for Force Awakens, the Battle of the X-Wings against Rogue One, the Y-Wing and the U-Wing. I've got to say the new design of the X-Wings is awesome. Really love Poe's X-Wing, the orange and black colour scheme. Such a fantastic looking set. Of course, with the Resistance X-Wing, it's really just exactly the same build. But a big fan of the X-Wings. And then for Rogue One, the awesome U-Wing and the classic Y-Wing. So who am I going to give it to? It is very difficult because I do love those X-Wings. But I'm going to go Rogue One. Big fan of the Y-Wing as well. But it just comes down to that awesome U-Wing that has really tipped the scales. I just love it. So we've broken it down into similar sets. I've told you what I really like there, but now let's do a complete overview and talk about Rogue One versus Force Awakens. What did I like better and what sets do I like best? First, we might talk about what sets I didn't really like. So, shock horror, there are some sets here that I wouldn't say are bad sets. I just think Lego probably could have done a little better with them. So I will pick one as my worst set, but there's a few here. The Encounter on Jakku. That set has copped a lot of flack, and I can understand why. I do think there is some positives with it. We get some awesome minifigs, some unique minifigs that we're unlikely to get again. The Lugger Beast, I think, is a really good build, and that to me is a real highlight of that set. So overall, it may not be the best set, but it does have a few cool features or a few cool elements to that set. I'm also going to have to pick the Resistance Troop Transporter. Again, I don't think it's a bad set. I do think it could have been better. I would have liked it to be a little bigger. It has a lot of stickers, and I normally wouldn't put all those stickers on a set, but I kind of felt like it really needed it to just sort of highlight some of the details. Otherwise, it would have been pretty bland. So again, I just think Lego could have done a bit better with that one. And the other set I'm going to have to go with is the Snowspeeder. And when I originally built that, I did really enjoy the build. I think it's a good build. There's some unique angles and some nice building styles used to pull all that set together. But just over time, it really, it just doesn't look great. And that's not Lego's fault, it's the source material. I just don't think it's the best looking vehicle. So I'm going to have to, just out of all these sets, is say they are my least favourite. I'm not saying any of them are bad. Again, across the board, they've all got some cool minifigs. But they are definitely my least favourite out of all of these sets. And now on to the best sets, and crikey, this is not easy to do. There is some fantastic sets here, and to bring it down to one, really don't know if I can do it. Look, I'll have to say the Millennium Falcon is probably overall my favourite. It is very hard. I do have the UCS Falcon, so that takes a little bit of the gloss off the playable version, but it is such an awesome looking build. So which set or sets does it edge out? I'm going to have to go back to my overview of Rogue One and say Krennic Shuttle and the U-Wing, or what I like to call the Ultimate Wing. I just love both of those ships. Very unique, something new, and they are just awesome. So they are definitely the three picks for me as my favourite. I know in my top picks of 2016 I did pick the AT-ST, and I did talk about it a little bit before. It is an awesome set, and I wanted to put that in my best of 2016 because I truly believe that set there just has such a wide appeal to so many different generations of Star Wars fans. Whether you're the original trilogy, the new trilogy, or a fan of the spin-off movies, I just think the AT-ST has that very wide appeal, and that's why I wanted to put it in my best sets of 2016. But look, the U-Wing and Krennic Shuttle I just think are fantastic. So it comes down now to, out of the Lego sets, who would I pick as the best sets between Rogue One and Force Awakens. The Force Awakens has had a jump on Rogue One. They've been out for a whole year. We've got many more sets, so that actually could work with a disadvantage because it gives more chance for some bad sets to come out, I guess. But my pick for the best sets for the movie, I'm going to go Rogue One. I just think there is not a bad set in that bunch. All of the 3 sets that I picked that weren't my favourites were all from Force Awakens, and that's just really made my decision because there's not a bad set. For me personally, there is not a bad set in the Rogue One wave. So for me, Rogue One is the winner. As I said in the beginning of the video, these are just my opinions. Please put in the comments all your thoughts. Let's get this discussion rolling. If you haven't already done it, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe as well. That would be awesome. Thanks for your support, guys. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.